Hey guys and girls, Board now back with you. On this video I will be talking about Ozark Season 3, Episode 3. It is called Kevin Conran Was Here. Full spoilers from the start of this review, and once again plenty going on, but a large part of the episode is about the developing feud and tension with Marty and with Wendy, because the episode actually starts with Wendy having a dream that she shoots Marty, and I think this dream is important for two reasons. One, because it shows that she is starting to grow more and more frustrated with him. It shows that there is a wedge being drawn between them, but I think it's even more important because it just shows Wendy as a very powerful, sort of deadly woman who would potentially do anything, including, maybe killing her own husband to get ahead. So I think that's what the dream's meant to represent, and I absolutely love Laura Linney when she's playing this sort of character, and I love the vision which the dream presents. It's very sort of vivid. She looks very, very sort of powerful and dominating in the dream. So it's all good stuff. And as I said, that's a large part of what this episode is about, because they continue to have disputes. They continue to go behind each other's back, and they continue to kind of do their own thing, against the will of the other one. So at one point, Wendy asks Ruth if she'll run the Missouri Belle without Marty, without his input, sort of thing, and Ruth agrees, but then she tells Marty about the conversation, so he's in the know about it. There's also more stuff with the Cornelsons who popped up last time, because they also own a hotel which Wendy targets for them to take over. And sort of what happens is Anita particularly doesn't want to sell and is very stubborn, and Wendy starts playing hardball, and she says any means necessary, get to Carl, the husband, get Anita to sign it off. Any means necessary is her words, and it turns quite nasty between them when the couple are arguing, and things get out of hand, as they do a lot of times in this show, and they end up, Carl ends up killing Anita by mistake, they just get into a bit of a thing, and she ends up falling down and ends up dying, and it's one of these weird sort of scenes where it fits the show very well, and you're not totally surprised if it happens, but it's sort of a bit random in a way, because we only introduced these characters last episode, so you wondered maybe if they could have done a bit more with those characters. But anyway, it's obviously leads to something, and it probably further strengthens Wendy's position in wanting to get the hotel. But she also closes the Muddy Casino, which they now own, or Mundy Casino, to because of renovations, because of the whole fire thing, and this leads to her going after the hotel. But also she finds out then it was Marty who ordered the hit on the sort of fire on the hotel. So we see really them starting to war back and forth. So when Wendy gets that news, obviously she's even more pissed at Marty, and it puts them even further at war with each other. Now, one of the lighter touches in the episode is then to sort of find more business, more way to launder money. They have to hire this band REO Speed Wagon, who I admit I never heard of, but they're like a country sort of folk band. And there's like a meeting at one point with Wendy and like a potential investor. So she's asking him, what can we do for you? What will make you happy? And it's like, well, I would like... And it just ends the scene with him saying, I would like REO Speedwagon. And it's just a funny like comedy beat, because it was funny when we were watching it, because I had no idea what that was, but it just made me laugh then he said that. And when he said it, I sort of thought it was just like, I don't know, something like a piece of equipment or something along those lines. But then later on they do put on this concert and they're playing, and it's sort of a whole scene, and the idea is that it's just another way for them to launder money and to get these people, on side sort of thing. Another storyline this episode is that an FBI agent, Maya, comes into the picture because Marty has agreed to, with the FBI, then they're gonna monitor. He didn't really have a choice, but then the FBI are gonna monitor the situation at the casino and check on all the audits. Then that's Maya's job. She comes in, she meets Marty, and she actually offers him a deal where she offers him, to work for the FBI in a way after an 18-month period of jail time or whatever. But that's only if he gives up his clients, if he gives up the cartel, if he turns state's evidence, gives them evidence, and Marty is obviously tempted, but by the end of the episode he does accept the deal, and it's at this concert. But then Marty, he sort of found out this episode because he's using monitoring software to track Wendy, and Wendy, of course, has been getting closer to Navarro, the cartel boss. So that's another sort of example of her power sort of growing, or sort of her ego and ambition growing in a way. So he's been tracking her, but they actually find this out. They catch him out. So yeah, that's the thing where the episode actually ends dramatically with them snatching Marty from this concert and taking him obviously off to Mexico to see the boss. So dramatic sort of cliffhanger where his life is obviously in danger, and that's obviously going to lead into the next episode. One or two other smaller bits. Trevor identifies Tommy as one of the casino arsonists and obtains his cooperation, so he sort of has Tommy now over a barrel. Trevor's the other sort of FBI type guy. And yeah, and it was Frank Sr., by the way, who lets Wendy know Marty arranged the fire, in case I didn't tell you that. And the other big thing actually with Wendy in this episode is that she is continuing to provoke Darlene, and I think because she wants Zeke back, and she sort of wants to keep Darlene in line, so she actually provokes her into hitting her at this marketplace, and Darlene hits her, and it leads to Zeke being taken away from her. So quite the feud going on there between Wendy and Darlene, and also just because there's not that much Ruth in this episode, but she does have this sort of thing with Ben, where Ben's obviously now he's sort of settling in. Once again, certain people like Marty aren't so keen on him being around, but because he's around, Wendy's sort of keeping him busy, helping out with some of the business, and it's actually him and Ruth who like work together in this episode, and there's a little bit of a flirtation, although it's more on his end at one point. Like, he's definitely flirting with Ruth, but so far she's not reciprocating, but she does take him with her on this particular project. But we'll see what happens there. There could be some interesting stuff there. So that's Ozark for this time. That's episode 3 of season 3. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe as always. Share me out on social media, and I'll be back with more Ozark soon. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.